Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of What If My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Were One Single Story, or My Hero Academia Z. I know it's been a while since this story has been worked on, and I apologize for that. With a bigger team, stories should come out faster and in larger numbers now. Anyways, special thanks to Mark Hernandez, writer, The Break, editor-in-chief, and Slight, editor, for helping make this story possible. Without further ado, let's get started.
The sun had just begun to set over Doba Beach, casting a golden glow over the still debris-filled shoreline. Izuku Midoriya arrived, panting slightly after sprinting from the train station. The beach, although cleaner than before, still bore signs of the months of hard work he had poured into it with all might. Standing near the water's edge was the symbol of peace himself. All Might turned as Izuku approached, his usual wide smile absent. Instead, his face was calm, serious. "You came," All Might said. Izuku nodded, catching his breath. "Why, yes, sir. What did you want to talk about?" All Might took a deep breath before placing a hand on Izuku's shoulder. "Midoriya, after the attack at the USJ, I realized time is running out. Faster than I had hoped. I wanted to tell you, your growth has been incredible. You've shown the heart of a true hero." Izuku's eyes widened. "Thank you," he replied. "But..." All Might stepped away and looked out toward the ocean. "I'm nearing my limit. I can't hold my form for long anymore. I can barely fight at full power without shortening my lifespan even more. The sports festival is coming up, and all of Japan will be watching. That is where you must shine. If you're going to inherit one for all completely, then you need to make your mark." Izuku looked down at his hands. They still trembled from the memory of facing the Nomu. He clenched them. "I'll do it. I won't let you down." All Might smiled. "I know you won't, but you also need to know, you're not the only one with potential. Goku, that boy, he's something else. I sense something in him, something raw, pure, and dangerous if left unchecked." Izuku blinked. "Dangerous, not evil," All Might corrected, "but untamed. That boy doesn't know his own limits. If he ever pushes himself too far, it might cost him and others dearly." There was a long pause as the waves crashed in the distance. "So," All Might said, turning back, "push yourself, but don't just think about power. Show the world your heart. That's how you become a true symbol." Izuku bowed deeply. "I will, All Might. I promise." All Might smiled again, though it was a tired one. "Good. Now go home and rest. The sports festival is coming, and it's going to be your proving ground." As Izuku walked away under the fading light, he looked up at the sky, filled with determination. The road ahead would be brutal, but for the sake of his dream and the people he cared about, he was ready to face it head-on. The next day, the atmosphere in Class 1A shifted entirely. What had once been anxious energy over the USJ incident was now replaced with determination. The announcement of the UA Sports Festival had set everyone ablaze with purpose. "Everyone in the country watches this thing," Kirishima said, punching his palm. "It's basically our chance to get scouted by pros. That's why I won't be losing to any of you," Bakugo added, his eyes blazing with fury as they scanned the room. "Especially not some damn nerds or muscle freaks." Goku raised an eyebrow, chewing on the last of his rice ball. "You talking about me, spiky blonde guy?" Bakugo scoffed. "Try not to embarrass yourself." Todoroki remained silent, arms crossed, his gaze fixated on Goku. He had seen what his classmate was capable of at USJ. Strength on a level he didn't understand yet. He knew the sports festival would be the perfect stage to challenge him. Meanwhile, Midoriya sat at his desk scribbling furiously into his notebook. "Everyone's quirks, abilities, strengths. If I want to stand a chance, I need to plan for every possible scenario." Goku leaned over, glancing at the notes. "You write all this just to fight better?" "Well, yeah, it helps me come up with strategies." Goku grinned. "That's cool. I just kind of fight, but I'll give it a try." Training began immediately after class. Students scattered around campus, each one pushing themselves harder than ever before. In the gym, Goku sparred with multiple classmates at once, eager to test himself. Despite wearing weighted wristbands under his uniform, he moved with shocking agility. Kaminari and Kirishima teamed up to try and pin him down, and failed spectacularly. "You're not even trying," Kirishima shouted, his arm steaming from a recent parry. "I am. I just don't want to break anyone," Goku said with a grin. Outside on the track, Ida trained alone, practicing acceleration drills and fine-tuning his mobility. Every stride was precise, focused. Nearby, Todoroki stood beneath a shade tree, releasing controlled bursts of fire and ice in unison. Sweat dripped down his brow as he pushed himself to control both halves of his power. The image of Endeavor's stern face haunted him with every attempt. In the weight room, Midoriya practiced using one for all in controlled bursts, small flicks of power, careful not to destroy his limbs. Goku walked in and watched. "Think you're gonna break your arms again?" Goku asked, half joking. "Not this time," Midoriya replied, wiping sweat from his brow. "I'm learning to contain it. Then let's train together." They began sparring, Midoriya using agility and strategy, Goku using speed and strength. The clash was intense but playful, each learning something from the other. As the sun set over UA, Class 1A returned to their dorms, exhausted but fired up. Each of them had different goals: recognition, growth, a chance to prove themselves. And each of them knew the sports festival wasn't just a school event. It was a battlefield, and they were about to step into it. The day of the UA Sports Festival had finally arrived. Excitement buzzed through the massive stadium as tens of thousands of spectators filled the stands, their cheers echoing across the arena. News drones hovered above, cameras locked on the student entrance tunnel. This was the biggest event since the start of the school year, and all eyes were on the students of Class 1A. Backstage, the students stood silently, dressed in their custom UA athletic uniforms. The tension was palpable. "All right, this is it," Kirishima said, stretching his arms. "Our shot to show what we're made of." Goku nodded, bouncing on his heels with a grin. "This energy, it's awesome. Feels like the World Martial Arts Tournament back home." "Focus," Ida said. "This isn't a game. Our performance today will determine how pro heroes view us moving forward." Just then, Present Mike's voice boomed through the arena. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UA Sports Festival." Cheers erupted. Midnight stood center stage with a mic in hand, her sultry voice delivering the introduction. "Now then," she purred, "let's begin with a short speech from one of our top first-year students, Katsuki Bakugo." The spotlight landed on Bakugo as he stepped up to the podium. The crowd quieted, waiting for a hopeful, inspiring message. Bakugo grabbed the mic, scowling. "I'm gonna win. That's all." Gasps rippled through the audience. Some students looked shocked, others annoyed. "That guy," Kaminari muttered. Kirishima winced. "He really doesn't hold back, huh?" Midnight blinked. "Well, short and explosive just like him." As Bakugo walked back to the group, Todoroki stepped forward unprompted, his voice calm and direct. "Let me say something, too." The crowd hushed again as Todoroki stood beside the podium. His dual-colored eyes swept across the arena. "I'm not here to play nice. I'm here to prove I'm stronger than everyone. Especially you, Goku." Goku blinked, surprised. "Huh? Me? I've seen what you can do. You're not from here, but you're still in this fight. And I intend to surpass you." Midoriya's eyes widened. "He's serious." Todoroki turned, looking briefly at Midoriya as well. "You too, Izuku. I don't care who gets in my way. I will win." Goku smirked. "Now this is getting fun." Bakugo glared at Todoroki. "You think you can just jump in and steal the spotlight? Icy hot?" Todoroki didn't even look back. "Only one of us will stand at the top." The crowd roared with excitement. As the competitors moved into the waiting area, tension hung thick in the air. Friendly rivalries had turned into open declarations of war, and the UA Sports Festival was officially underway. This is it for part 3. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of What If My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Were One Single Story? If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and check out our other content. Also, if you have any recommendations or theories about My Hero or Dragon Ball, feel free to leave them in the comments section. Thank you.